I'm doing the 9th mission, and it's called San Buenaventura. So I will start with the crops and the animals. So when they had many animals in their crops so that they could get food and everything they needed from the animals, like eggs, meat, milk, and wool from the sheep. So then the crops, they farmed pumpkins, they farmed wheat, carrots, potatoes, melons, and a bunch of other stuff. Then we will go into butcher shop. They butchered cows and pigs and chickens. And we have meat all over the walls to show what kinds of meat they used, like pork, ham, chicken, and steak and all that. And then they always had a courtyard in the center of every mission, and then they had a fountain which they used as a well to get all of their water. And then they always had an outdoor kitchen. So they have a bunch of food, and then they have stew pot. So you could take like carrots, potatoes, and a bunch of other stuff. And then they would just put them in the pot, and then they would make a stew. And then, so they also had many guest rooms because many Indians lived there too, and the settlers. So let's go to, what's this? Shop. They also had a church, and so one of the facts is the church was destroyed by a earthquake in 1812, but it was soon rebuilt in 1816. It was also destroyed by the Indians in 1817 by fire. So we have a big hole from where some fire was. So they also had 5 bells. Like they had one on the very top, then they had 2 in the middle and 2 on the bottom. And then once it was church time, they would climb up on the roof and ring the bell. That counts as music. This counts as music. So they would ring the bell, and then they would all go to church and bring their Bibles. So you would sit in your chair and just read from the Bible, and then the priest, we have a little priest guy over here, and he reads from the Bible. Then he has a little thing, and then he would sit up here and read from the little mini Bible. They also had many pictures of God and just pictures of anything really. They also had a blacksmith shop. They also had stables. They had saddles, horse armor. They rode mules, donkeys, and horses. They would also butcher them to get leather, or they would butcher cows to get leather to make saddles. And then they would have leads and apples to feed them. Then they would have a blacksmith where they would make armor. They would make armor, weapons, and they would make the saddles in here, and they would make technically everything here. And then they would like put it into the lava to smelt it, and then take it out, and then it would be ready. And then it also had an Indian village, which was usually right by them, and there's little Indian houses, and the Indians did not like the settlers coming in and building stuff on their land, because it was their land and they didn't like trespassers. So, like, they had teepees, and most of them were made out of wood. And they made different kinds of houses. So there were about like 21 houses in each one, in each village. And and that is all. Bye. The bell was supposed